1.1. What matters to me?
We ask the Danish crime writer Axel Pedersen about his life and career. Now, Axel, what objects do you always carry with you?
My Copenhagen card, that's a travel card,
Uh-huh.
a photo of my son, and my phone, of course.
How much time do you spend writing every day?
It depends. Sometimes I spend all day just researching. Other times I write all day and night. That's exhausting.
Whose writing has influenced you the most?
Stig Larsson's, the Swedish writer, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Especially his The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. He was a genius.
Who do you live with?
My wife and son. We have a small family house in Elsinore. You know, Hamlet's Elsinore?
What kind of holiday do you like?
My son and I go to a fishing lodge on Finn Island every summer. I love fishing. I find it really relaxing.
How many houses have you lived in?
This is my first house. I've always lived in apartments, 2 in fact. One in Copenhagen, one here in Elsinore.
Ah. How often do you travel abroad?
4 or 5 times a year. Always work. I've done author tours from Brazil to Bulgaria. I find it exciting, but very stressful.
What are you like in the morning?
Dreadful. I'm not an early morning type of person, especially if I've been writing all night.
Who are you like in your family?
I look like my mother, and I have my father's bad temper. It's an unfortunate combination.
Which university did you go to?
I didn't. I studied acting at the Commedia School in Copenhagen. I was useless. I got just a few small parts on TV.
Oh. What are you afraid of?
That anything bad might happen to my wife or son.
How long did it take you to write your first novel, Crime City?
Kriminalitet City. I first had the idea when I was 15, and I finally finished writing it when I was 35.
1.2. Phrasal verbs in situations. Journeys.
You're arriving in London next Monday, right?
Yes, that's right.
I'll pick you up if you like.
That would be lovely.
What time does your train get in?
Hang on, I'll just check on the ticket. 17:45.
OK, the traffic's bad at that time, but if I set off at about 5, I'll be there in plenty of time.
Relationships.
Did you hear that Sam and Dee have split up?
Really? They've been going out together for years. What went wrong?
Sam said all they did was argue, and he couldn't put up with it anymore. Dee is very upset, apparently.
I'm sure she is. But she'll get over it. He wasn't that great.
Starting a business.
Jim and I are going to set up our own business.
Wow. What are you thinking of doing?
Well, I've always liked cooking, and Jim came up with the idea of opening a restaurant.
Have you found a place yet?
We're looking. We've worked out that we can afford about £25,000 a year rent. We're saving like crazy. We've cut back our spending on going out and clothes and stuff like that.
Well, good luck. I'll be your first customer.
Moving house.
I hear you've just moved house. How are you settling in?
Not bad. It's all a bit chaotic, so it's hard to get down to any work.
And the kids?
Well, we moved to the country because we didn't want to bring them up in a town. They're finding it a bit difficult at the moment. They've left their friends behind.
I'm sure it'll all work out. Give it time.
2.1. Language facts. 1.
When was Sumerian first written down?
Sumerian, the oldest written language, was first written down in 3200 BC.
2.
How many official languages does South Africa have?
South Africa has 11 official languages, the most in the world.
3.
Which word is most often pronounced incorrectly in English?
The word which is most often pronounced incorrectly in English is pronunciation.
4.
How many irregular verbs did English once have?
English once had 180 irregular verbs.
5.
What does mama mean in the Georgian language?
In the Georgian language, mama means father.
6.
How many people around the world are learning English?
Over 1 billion people around the world are learning English.
7.
In which country has a newspaper tried using emojis next to headlines?
An American newspaper, USA Today, has tried using emojis next to headlines.
8.
How many different ways can OUGH be pronounced in English?
OUGH can be pronounced in 9 different ways in English. For example, enough, through, and though.
9.
Which book has been translated most often after the Bible?
Pinocchio is the book which has been translated most often after the Bible.
10.
How many invented languages did Tolkien use in Lord of the Rings?
Tolkien used 12 invented languages in Lord of the Rings.
2.2. Negatives. 1.
Jane and Anna live in the centre of Liverpool.
They don't live in the centre, they live in the suburbs.
2.
Jane works in a bank.
She doesn't work in a bank, she works in advertising.
3.
Anna's got 2 brothers.
She hasn't got 2 brothers, she's an only child.
4.
They've been sharing a flat for 2 years.
They haven't been sharing a flat for 2 years. They only met last August.
5.
They've made a lot of friends in Liverpool.
They haven't made a lot of friends in Liverpool. They don't seem to know anyone.
6.
Jane went to Oxford University.
She didn't go to Oxford University. She went to Cambridge.
7.
Anna has to work on Sundays.
She doesn't have to work on Sundays. She's a school teacher.
8.
They had a holiday in Spain last month.
They didn't have a holiday in Spain last month. They went to Greece.
2.3. Tina's travels.
Hi, Tina. I haven't seen you for ages. Have you been away?
Yes, I have. I was in South America for 4 months.
Oh, wow. Did you have a good time?
Yes, I did. It was amazing.
Were you travelling around?
No, I wasn't. Well, not for most of the time. I stayed in Buenos Aires for 3 months.
Oh, yes. Haven't you got an aunt and uncle who live there?
Yes, I have. I stayed with them for a couple of weeks and then I got a place of my own.
Did you rent a room somewhere?
No, I didn't. I found a really nice apartment on Airbnb and I had it all to myself.
What did you think of the Argentinians? They're very friendly, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Very outgoing with a good sense of humour.
They eat a lot of meat, don't they?
Yes, they do. They have these amazing barbecues called asados with tons of meat.
I guess it's always good weather for barbecues there.
Well, no, it isn't actually. It can get quite cold in June. That's when I went to Brazil.
Oh, a different language there. But you've been learning Portuguese, haven't you?
Yes, I have, but not for long enough. I found it much easier speaking Spanish in Argentina. Anyway, what about you? Are you doing okay?
No, I'm not really. Still fed up with the job. But I was saying that when I last saw you, so I really must do something about it.
2.4 Everyday Situations. 1.
I've got a cold. It's a...
Bless you.
2.
The taxi's here. It's waiting outside.
Okay, let's go.
3.
You can keep that umbrella if you like.
Are you sure? Thanks.
4.
Good luck in the exam.
Same to you.
5.
Do you need any help?
No thanks, I'm just looking.
6.
I'm going on holiday to Barbados tomorrow.
Lucky you.
7.
How short do you want your hair?
Just a trim, please.
8.
I recommend the steak pie.
Does it come with chips?
9.
You should visit the cathedral this afternoon.
Is it within walking distance?
10.
Could I try one of your biscuits?
Sure, help yourself.
3.1 Welcome, Eva.
Hello, Eva. It's lovely to meet you at last.
Hello.
Did you have a good journey?
It was okay.
Oh, that's good. Would you like to see your room and freshen up a bit?
Yes, I would.
That's fine. I'll take your bags upstairs and show you the bathroom.
Thank you.
Just follow me. Kate is really looking forward to meeting you. She'll be back from school soon.
That's nice.
How old's your sister?
13.
Ah, just like Kate. Do you get on well with your sister?
Sometimes.
Oh, here's your room. I hope you like it.
I do.
That's good. We want to hear all about your home and family. Now, unpack your things, have a shower, and come down when you're ready.
Thank you.
3.2 Welcome, Eva.
Hello, Eva. It's lovely to meet you at last.
Hello. Nice to meet you too.
Did you have a good journey?
It was okay. I managed to sleep for an hour on the plane.
That's good. Would you like to see your room and freshen up a bit?
Yes, I would. I'd love to have a shower if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine. I'll take your bags upstairs and show you the bathroom.
Thank you. You're very kind, but I can carry them myself.
Oh.
Now, where do I go?
Just follow me. Kate is really looking forward to meeting you. She'll be back from school soon.
That's nice. I can't wait to meet her. I have a younger sister.
Uh-huh.
I think she's the same age as Kate.
Oh, how old's your sister?
13. She looks and acts as if she's 16, though.
Just like Kate. Do you get on well with your sister?
Sometimes, but I think she's a bit spoiled. I get on better with my brother. He's 11.
Here's your room. I hope you like it.
I do. It's lovely. It looks like my room back home in Slovakia.
Oh.
I won't feel homesick at all.
That's good. We want to hear all about your home and family. Now, unpack your things, have a shower, and come down when you're ready.
Thank you. You've made me feel very welcome. I'm sure I'll be very happy here.
4.1 Forming questions. 1,
When was she visiting London?
Last autumn.
2,
Who did she see on the tube?
A handsome young man.
3,
What was he doing?
Listening to music.
4,
Why didn't she talk to him?
Because she was shy.
5,
Where was the message printed?
In City News.
6,
Why had Theo been standing on the tube?
Because there hadn't been any room to sit down.
4.2 Past simple or past perfect. Chapter 1 Hot chocolate or champagne?
It was 10 o'clock in the evening. Nancy sat down on her sofa and thought about the day. What a busy day it had been. This was her first night in her very own flat. She had lived her entire life so far, 23 years in the family home with her parents, and now, for the first time, she was on her own. She sat surrounded by all the boxes that she hadn't managed to unpack during the day. It had taken months to get all her belongings together, and her mum and dad had been very generous, buying her things like towels and mugs. She suddenly felt exhausted. She yawned. No wonder she was tired. She had been packing and unpacking since 6 o'clock in the morning. She decided to make a mug of hot chocolate and go to bed. She knew she had packed the mugs somewhere, but she couldn't remember where. There was a knock at her door. There stood a neighbour holding a bunch of flowers and a bottle of champagne. He had come to welcome her to their apartment block. Nancy was suddenly awake. Champagne won over hot chocolate every time. Her neighbour smiled at her. He looked like a really nice guy.
4.3 Bedtime stories.
I love being a dad, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do. Most of the time.
My favourite thing is bedtime.
I totally agree. It's the best time of day. Peace at last.
No, it's not just that. I really enjoy reading bedtime stories to my kids.
Do you? My kids are a bit old for that now, but I used to read to them a lot. What are your kids' favourites?
Well, Emma thinks anything by Roald Dahl is great.
He's an excellent writer for kids, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely brilliant. My kids love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant. It's pretty scary in places, but they like being scared.
Yeah, I think most kids like scary bits. I know mine did. Dahl wrote for adults too, didn't he?
He certainly did. He wrote books of short stories. I read them years ago, real page-turners.
Yes, I remember. Aren't they kind of scary too? Dark but funny.
You're absolutely right. And they all have really unexpected endings. Well, Tales of the Unexpected is one of Dahl's books.
What are you reading to your kids at the moment, then?
Actually, it's not a Dahl. It's a fairy story. A scary fairy story. Beauty and the Beast. You can't beat a good fairy story.
Too true. There's nothing better than a story that begins once upon a time.
5.1 Permission and ability. 1. Traffic warden.
You can't park here. I'll have to give you a parking ticket.
2. Airport security officer.
I'm sorry, you're not allowed to take bottles of water through security.
3. Librarian.
Shh! You can't talk in here. People are studying.
4. Flight attendant.
You can use mobile phones and other devices as long as they're in flight mode.
5. Prisoner.
We're allowed to make one phone call a week, and we can go to the exercise yard, but we spend most of the day in our cells.
6. Museum attendant.
You can take photographs of the exhibits, but you aren't allowed to use a flash.
7. Swimming pool attendant.
You aren't allowed to jump into the pool, but you can dive from the board in the deep end.
5.2. Rules around the world. 1.
You're not allowed to buy or sell chewing gum in Singapore. You can be fined up to £5,000 for dropping litter.
2.
On Canadian state radio, 50% of pop songs played must be sung by a Canadian. It's because Canadians are concerned about their culture becoming all-American.
3.
In Saudi Arabia, a girl doesn't have to be of any particular age to get married. Girls of 8 and 9 have been married, but the average age is 24.
4.
In France, you're allowed to marry a dead person. It's allowed if a couple were already planning to get married and one of them dies.
5.
You mustn't forget your wife's birthday in Samoa. It's illegal. The law doesn't state that you have to buy her a present, but you must say happy birthday.
6.
By law, dog owners in Turin, Italy, have to walk their dogs 3 times a day. You're allowed to ride in front of the dog on a bicycle, but not in a way that would make the dog too tired.
7.
In Alabama, in the US, you mustn't carry an ice cream in your back pocket. There is a law against it.
8.
You can drive as fast as you like on a German motorway. The recommended speed limit is 130 kilometers per hour, but you can't be punished for going faster.
5.3. Polite requests and offers. 1.
Could I possibly use your phone?
Sure, let me just unlock the screen for you.
2.
Is there anything I can get you?
Oh, yes, please. A fresh orange juice would be nice.
3.
Could you explain that to me again?
Yes, of course. I know it's not easy to get this first time.
4.
Would you mind if I sat here?
No, go ahead. There's no one sitting there.
5.
Do you want me to send it by email?
Yes, please. And could you copy Jeff in as well?
6.
I could lend you some money.
Oh, thanks a lot. Can you manage £20?
7.
Would you mind talking more quietly?
Oh, sorry. We didn't realise you were trying to work.
8.
Is there any chance I could leave now?
Would you mind staying till we've finished discussing this?
9.
Can I give you a hand with the cooking?
Oh, thanks. You could peel those onions for me.
10.
I'll take Katie to school if you like.
Oh, that would be great. I'll pick her up after work.
6.1. Who's Who? A.
Has she received any awards?
Yes, she received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014.
B.
Did she receive any awards?
Yes, she received the Congressional Gold Medal in 1999.
C.
How many times was she married?
She was married twice.
D.
How many times has she been married?
She's been married 3 times.
E.
How many expeditions has he been on?
He's been on 19 expeditions.
F.
How many Himalayan mountains did he climb?
He climbed 11 Himalayan mountains.
G.
Has he ever had a tattoo?
No, he's never had a tattoo because he gives blood.
H.
Did he ever refuse to sign an autograph?
No, he never refused to sign an autograph because he never forgot his own boxing hero refusing him one as a child.
6.2. Time expressions. 1.
You're having a salad in a restaurant. You stop eating for a minute and the waiter tries to take your plate away.
Excuse me, I haven't finished yet.
2.
You've just had a cup of coffee. Your flatmate asks you if you'd like a cup of coffee.
No thanks, I've just had one.
3.
You rush home to see a football match on TV. You want to know if you've missed the beginning.
Has it started yet?
4.
Henri went out 2 minutes ago. The phone rings and someone asks for Henri.
He's just gone out.
5.
You finished your homework at 7 p.m. At 9 p.m, your mum asks why you're not doing your homework.
I've already done it.
6.
You meet an old friend. You can't remember when you last met.
How long is it since we last met?
6.3. Numbers. 1.
Hi, Cindy, it's Pete. I'm ringing from work and need to ask you something. Can you call me back on 01632 500 623? Thanks. Speak soon.
2.
According to this weight calculator, your ideal weight is 77.1 kilos.
Great. I'm 78 kilos, so I just have to work out how to lose 0.9 kilos and I'll be fine.
3.
The hottest temperature recorded on Earth was 56.7 degrees centigrade in Death Valley in the US in 1913.
4.
Look, there's a 6-bed terraced house for sale in Kensington in London for £11,750,000.
Whoa! That's shocking, isn't it?
5.
I got 98% in my maths exam.
Oh, well, better luck next time. Only joking.
6.
The 17:05 flight to Kuala Lumpur is now boarding at gate 17.
7.
Could I have the number on the front of the card, please?
Yes, it's 5143 6112 0300 7530.
8.
31-0 is the highest score ever in a World Cup qualifying game. It was between Australia and American Samoa in 2001.
9.
The inflation rate rose by just 0.1% in January, the lowest rise for 6 years.
10.
The 2nd of September 1666 was the date the Great Fire of London began. It lasted for 3 days and destroyed most of the city.
11.
Hey, here's an interesting fact. The average ratio of head to height on the human body is 1 to 3.
What does that mean?
It means if you wrap a piece of string around your head, your height will be 3 times that length of string.
Must try it sometime.
12. The deepest hole that has ever been dug on Earth is in Russia. It's 7.5 miles deep, and they had to stop when the temperature at the bottom reached 180 degrees centigrade.
6.4. Numbers. 1,
01632 500 623.
2,
77.1,
3,
56.7,
4,
11,750,000.
5,
98,
6,
1705,
7,
5143, 6112, 0300, 7530.
8,
31-0.
9,
0.1,
10,
The 2nd of September, 1666.
11,
1 to 3.
12,
7.5.
7.1. My first job.
I'm thinking of applying for a job in East Africa, in Tanzania.
Really? Oh, I lived there for 2 years. I was teaching. It was my first job after university.
Yes, I thought so. I want to ask you about it, if that's okay.
Of course. Go ahead. I'll try to remember it all. I was there for 2 years, but that was 10 years ago.
So, what was it like?
Well, it was a great experience. I really would encourage you to apply. I liked everything except the climate. Oh, I didn't enjoy working in the heat.
Yes, I'm a bit worried about that. Was it really difficult to keep cool?
Well, yes, it was. And we were on the coast, north of Dar es Salaam, and it's really hot and humid there. There was no air conditioning. We just had fans in the classrooms. Where do you hope to be based?
A town called Arusha?
Oh, very nice. That's much cooler. Inland near Mount Kilimanjaro. Some friends invited us to stay in Arusha. I'll never forget climbing Kilimanjaro.
Oh, I'd love to do that. Did you manage to go on safari when you were there?
Oh, yes. We went to most of the big game parks, you know, like Serengeti and the Ngorongoro crater. And that was so huge, it made me feel small. And the wildlife was fantastic. Once on Serengeti, a whole family of monkeys decided to play on the roof of our car. We didn't dare move.
Which animals did you like best?
Actually, I think it was the giraffes. I loved watching the way they raise their long necks to eat. Oh, and the lions, of course. Do you know that in one of the parks, the lions actually climb trees? It was incredible to see them sleeping high up on the branches.
Really? It all sounds so exciting. I'm definitely going to apply for the job.
Oh, give me a call and let me know how you get on. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it.
7.2. The olden days.
Dear Grandpa Bill, how are you? I am well. Mummy says that perhaps you can help me do some schoolwork. You see, our teacher, Mrs. Steele, has told us to find out about the olden days, the 1960s. It's a project and we have to do some research for it, but we're not allowed to get all the information from the internet. Mrs. Steele says it's a good idea to ask someone who's really old, like you, Grandpa. Mum says you were young in the 1960s. She says there was no internet and no video games. So I'd like to know what you spent your time doing then. Can you remember not having a computer or an iPhone? How did you keep in touch with your friends? I must go. Mummy's calling. I'm about to go to my swimming lesson. I hate swimming. When are you coming to visit us again? Love and hugs, Freya. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
7.3. The Olden Days.
My dear Freya, I'm very happy to help you with your project. You probably can't believe that I was ever young, but I really was a teenager once, and the 1960s were a great time to be young. We teenagers wanted to change the world. We had more freedom and more money than our parents had had in the 40s and 50s. I remember thinking that my mum and dad were totally boring and old-fashioned. We were the kids of the swinging 60s. London was the swinging city, and we weren't interested in listening to our parents' dreary music, and we refused to follow their dreary fashions. We had trendy fashion boutiques. And of course, I was lucky enough to be living in an even cooler city than London. Liverpool, home of the Fab Four, the Beatles, and lots of other pop groups. Actually, between you and me, my favourites were the Rolling Stones. I'm amazed to see that they're still going strong. Did you know that I met Grandma Linda at a Stones concert? She was 16 and wearing the shortest miniskirt and long white boots. I couldn't stop looking at her. She was gorgeous. She still is. I got her phone number and called her again and again until she agreed to see me. No texting, no emailing. I wrote her a letter. Yes, a letter in the end. She still got it, I'm glad to say. Better than any text. Freya, I hope this is useful. Lots of love to all the family. Grandpa. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
7.4. Exclamations. 1.
What a brilliant idea! Yes, if we rent a flat together, we can share the costs.
2.
It's so hot in here.
I know, and I can't open the window.
3.
He's such a nice guy.
Who? Tim? I think he's boring.
4.
How stupid of me.
Oh, don't tell me. You've lost your glasses again.
5.
It's so very kind of you.
Not at all. I'm always happy to help.
6.
Such badly behaved children.
I know. They're completely out of control.
7.
We had such an awful time.
Why? Was the weather bad?
8.
How absolutely disgusting!
How do you know? You haven't tasted it yet.
7.5. The worst exam ever.
Oh, well, that was a complete disaster.
Oh, why? What happened? Didn't it go well?
Well, I nearly walked out after 5 minutes. I couldn't answer a single question. They were absolutely impossible.
How come? You worked so hard.
Oh, well, none of the topics I'd revised came up.
Oh, that's such bad luck.
I know. I managed to write something, but I don't think it was any good.
What a shame. But perhaps you've done better than you think. When's your next exam?
Tomorrow? And I feel so tired and disappointed. I just can't go home and start revising again.
Of course you can't. Come out with me. I'm meeting the guys for a drink.
Oh, how nice. I'd love to, but I daren't drink, not with an exam tomorrow. Anyway, you lucky things, you finished your exams. I've still got one more.
Okay. We've all had such a stressful week. We'll celebrate big time when you finish.
I look forward to that.
8.1. Will or going to? 1,
Why are you wearing those old clothes?
Because I'm going to paint the front door.
2,
I've got a headache. Have you got any paracetamol?
Yes, they're in the bathroom. I'll get you some.
3,
Drive carefully. Let me know when you're home.
I'll give you a ring as soon as I get home.
4,
Why are you making all those sandwiches?
Because we're going to have a picnic on the beach. Do you want to come?
Yes, I'll go and get my swimming costume and towel.
5,
What's the plan? Are we going to eat out this evening?
I don't think I feel like going out. I'll get a takeaway on the way home.
6,
Hey, when are you going to give me my electric drill back?
Oh, sorry, I'd forgotten about it. I'll bring it round tomorrow.
7,
My new boyfriend's coming round for dinner tonight.
Ooh, what are you going to cook?
I'm going to make a curry. I'll let you know how it goes.
8,
Your exams are in 2 weeks' time. When are you going to start revising for them?
It's okay. I've got a revision plan and I'm going to do some tonight.
But you said you were going out tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'll start tomorrow night then.
8.2. Can you keep a secret?
Can you keep a secret?
Yes, of course. What is it?
I'm organising a surprise party for Bobby's birthday next Sunday.
How exciting! Where are you having it?
In the garden at home.
And who are you inviting?
Friends and family, even her aunt and uncle from Scotland. They're driving down on Saturday and they're staying in a hotel so Bobby won't know they're here.
What about food? Where are you getting that from?
It's all arranged. Marcello's restaurant are bringing all kinds of delicious things over on Sunday afternoon, and their chef is making a special birthday cake.
Oh, so it really is a special birthday.
Yes, it's her 40th. And she doesn't know yet, but the weekend after we're flying first class to New York.
Fab! Am I invited to this party?
Of course you are, but don't tell anyone.
8.3. Making arrangements. 1,
Are you free on Friday evening?
No, I'm having a meal with Helen on Friday.
2,
I was wondering if we could meet at 2 tomorrow.
I'm afraid 2 won't work for me. How about 3:30?
3,
Maybe we could get together on Saturday afternoon?
Sorry, the afternoon's no good for me.
4,
Why don't we go for a coffee tomorrow morning?
Good idea. Shall we say 10:30?
5,
Let's go for a pizza after work.
I'd love to, but I'm finishing work late today.
6,
Can you make a meeting at 4:30 tomorrow?
Yes, 4:30 is fine. I'll see you then.
9.1. Had or would? 1,
If only I'd known.
2,
I know you'd do that for me.
3,
I'd have done anything to be there.
4,
I'd marry her any day.
5,
What if they'd been late?
6,
We'd have helped you.
7,
She'd have refused, I know.
8.
And if she'd agreed?
9.2. Words with similar meanings. 1,
We rented a car on our holiday.
Oh, nice. We hired bikes.
2,
Do you trust Jeff to do a good job?
Absolutely. I always feel I can rely on him.
3,
I've heard the ski runs here are really difficult.
They are, but you want something challenging, don't you?
4,
You're always hurrying.
I know. I feel like I'm rushing around the whole time.
5,
You must be so happy to be a grandmother.
Oh, I'm delighted. And the baby is gorgeous.
6,
Are you having any difficulties on this project?
Yes, we've been having problems with the IT side of it.
7,
Is it not dangerous to put all your money in shares?
Well, investing is always risky if you want to make a real profit.
8,
Do you think it's safe to make this payment online?
Yes, there's a symbol in the website address that shows it's secure.
9,
Are there any downsides to using a Mac computer?
The only disadvantage I've found is that a few programs are still only for PCs.
9.3. Prepositions with money. 1,
I don't pay for my coffee in cash these days. It's easier to use contactless.
2,
Is there a fee if I pay by credit card?
3,
I took £200 out of my account this morning. Where's it all gone?
4,
I need to pay some money into my account, otherwise I'll go overdrawn.
5,
We spend too much money on children's clothes. They grow out of them so quickly.
6,
It's not a good idea to lend large amounts of money to friends. It can create bad feeling.
7,
I borrow money from my grandma if I need to. She's always happy to lend me some.
8,
Richard got into a lot of debt after going to university.
9,
My parents have never been in debt. They only buy things if they can afford them.
10,
I can't believe we've been charged £3 for 2 slices of bread.
11,
I've invested in shares in a solar energy company. It's got to be a growth industry.
12,
I never know when I buy something abroad. Is it better to pay in dollars or in euros?
9.4. Money matters. A,
You haven't given me the right money back. You've given me the wrong change.
B,
How much foreign currency do you get for £1? What's the exchange rate?
C,
I've taken too much money out of the bank. I'm overdrawn.
D,
I only have large banknotes. I haven't got anything smaller.
E,
I couldn't spend more than £1,000. £1,000 would be my limit.
F,
I can't afford that much. It's out of my price range.
G,
You can take it now and pay later. You can buy it on credit.
H,
Do I have to pay a fee for changing the money? Do you charge commission?
I don't think I'll buy it. I think I'll leave it.
J.
Do we need to leave a tip for the waiter? Is service included?
K.
Can I return it and have my money back? Can I bring it back and get a refund?
L.
Do I have to use a credit or debit card? Can I pay in cash?
10.1. Why do you think Harry's late? 1.
He might still be in bed.
He can't still be in bed. He never oversleeps.
2.
He must be ill.
He can't be ill. He was fine yesterday.
3.
He could be in the coffee bar.
He can't be in the coffee bar. It's closed.
4.
He might have a doctor's appointment.
He can't have a doctor's appointment. He's not ill.
5.
He may be stuck in a traffic jam.
He can't be stuck in a traffic jam. It's not rush hour.
6.
His bus might be late.
His bus can't be late. It's always on time.
7.
He may be talking to a friend from another class.
He can't be talking to a friend. Everyone's in class now.
8.
He must want to miss the test.
He can't want to miss the test. He's been revising for weeks.
10.2. The continuous infinitive. 1.
Do you know where Kitty is?
She's on her phone. She may be calling her mum and dad.
2.
Where's Leo?
He's upstairs. He must be doing his homework in his room.
He's not in his room.
Oh, try the bathroom. He might be having a shower.
3.
I can't find the thing that changes the TV channel.
The remote control. Stand up. You may be sitting on it.
4.
What's that noise?
It sounds like an ambulance. It must be taking someone to hospital.
5.
What's that noise outside?
It sounds like workmen. They must be digging up the road.
What for?
I don't know. They could be repairing a broken water pipe.
10.3. Expressions with be and have. 1.
Do you like Sally?
Like her? I'm crazy about her.
I didn't think she was your type.
What do you mean? We have great times together. We have a lot in common.
Really?
Well, yes. She's into opera, and so am I.
What? Since when have you been keen on opera?
Well, I am now.
2.
Can I have a word with you?
What about?
Well, you've had a lot of time off work lately.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You were off 4 times last month.
I know. I've had a lot of family problems.
What kind of problems?
I'd rather not say.
3.
I'll miss you. You're so often away on business.
Don't worry, I'll be in touch as soon as I get there.
Oh, look, you have to go. Your flight's about to board.
Don't have too much fun while I'm away.
You can be sure of that. Have a good time.
10.4. Have you heard?
Have you heard about Sam?
No, I haven't.
Well, I haven't spoken to him myself, but apparently he was caught cheating in his maths exam.
No kidding. I just don't believe it. Does he have a problem with maths?
No. Actually, maths is his best subject. He's brilliant at maths.
Really? I didn't know that. So why would he cheat? Well, he clearly doesn't need to.
Exactly. And anyway, Sam's not the type to cheat. He would never do such a thing.
He must be very upset. Presumably he's going to complain.
Yes, he's seeing the principal this afternoon. Obviously, he's going to deny it completely.
Well, hopefully the principal will believe him. But let me know what happens.
I will. Personally, I think he'll be okay.
I hope you're right. Cheers. See you later.
Yeah, fingers crossed for Sam.
11.1 Pronunciation. Word linking. 1.
One of my daughters is an actress. The other is at a university in America. She's an undergraduate.
2.
I'm an optimist, an incurable optimist.
3.
I have a terrible memory for names, but I know yours begins with an S.
4.
Jack's an interesting person. I talked to him for over an hour yesterday.
5.
As a child, I was afraid of dogs. I was bitten by an Alsatian.
6.
Kath's a highly educated woman. She's done an incredible amount of studying.
11.2 English Proverbs. 1.
Eva has such a lovely, sweet face. But wow, she can be so unpleasant.
Oh, well, beauty is only skin deep sometimes.
2.
Let's have a coffee and a chat before we get down to work on the report.
No, come on. Business before pleasure. We'll enjoy a coffee and a chat more if we've got it done.
3.
If you wrote a novel about a man posting himself to Australia, no one would believe it.
Yes, truth is stranger than fiction sometimes.
4.
It was a lovely trip, but it is nice to be back in our own house, isn't it?
Home is where the heart is.
5.
Apparently, those robbers got away with £100 million worth of gold bullion.
Wow! And they say that crime doesn't pay.
6.
Whoa, I can't believe it's already 6 o'clock. I thought it was about 4.
Well, time flies when you're having fun.
7.
Oh, stop it! That's too funny. I've got a chesty cough and it's hurting.
Well, they say that laughter is the best medicine.
8.
How long are you going to play that piece? It's driving me mad.
I have to keep going. Practice makes perfect.
9.
I was feeling so proud of myself skiing down that red slope, and then I went head over heels and slid down the rest of it.
Ha! So it is true that pride comes before a fall.
10.
Why can't Caroline see that Matt isn't serious about her? It's obvious he's just playing games with her.
Love is blind. She either can't or doesn't want to see it.
11.3 A real-life human or a digital recording. 1. A.
A life vest is located under your seat. Do not inflate the vest until you leave the aircraft.
B.
This is Captain Todd speaking. Welcome aboard this Delta flight to London.
2. A.
You need to go right at this next roundabout. Oh, hang on. No, sorry, left.
B.
Take the second exit. In 200 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
3. A.
Don't cross yet. There's a cyclist coming.
B.
This vehicle is reversing.
Four. A.
Please hold. Your call is important to us.
B.
I'm ringing about the room you're renting.
5. A.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
B.
Tickets, please. Tickets for anyone boarding at Bristol.
6. A.
Oh, sorry. I think I've got the wrong floor.
B.
Level 3. Travel books, history and cafe. Doors opening.
12.1. The Holiday from Hell.
It's your fault that we went to the Bahamas. The honeymoon cost a fortune, and it was the worst holiday I've ever had.
There's nothing wrong with the Bahamas. It's all the travel agent's fault. Their brochure promised a luxurious hotel, and it was all lies. You can't blame me.
I'm sorry. I know it wasn't your fault. I won't email the agent. I'll speak to him in person.
You have to ask for our money back.
12.2. At the travel agents.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. How was your holiday?
It was a disaster. The information in your brochure and online was just a pack of lies.
Oh dear, what went wrong?
Everything. First of all, why did your brochure say that the hotel was only 20 minutes from the airport? It took 2 hours. And it said that the hotel had recently been refurbished. Not true. The hotel was a building site. You told us there were beautiful tropical gardens. Where? There was just one sad-looking palm tree and no miles of white sand.
What about your room?
Ah, our room. The brochure said it would have a large balcony with ocean views. We had a view of a bulldozer and our bathroom was filthy. And we thought we would be served and looked after by a personal butler. Where was he? We never saw him.
And the activities?
You told us that we would be swimming with the dolphins. But the boat was broken. No boat, no dolphins, no scuba diving. And the food? You said we could eat the fresh local seafood, but Carly, my wife, got food poisoning. She told me to ask for our money back.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Jones. Let me see what I can do.
12.3. Getting a bank loan.
Good morning, Mrs. Allen. Now, you want to borrow some money. How much do you want to borrow?
£5,000.
And why do you need it?
Because we need to buy a new car.
I see. Could you give me some personal details? What do you do for a living?
I work for a large pharmaceutical company.
I see. How much do you earn?
£40,000 a year.
And are you married?
Yes, I am. I've been married for 5 years.
Do you have any children?
Yes, we have two boys.
Fine. And you own your house, don't you? How long have you lived there?
We've lived there for 3 years.
Okay, good. And finally, when would you like the loan?
We'd like it as soon as possible, actually.
Well, as you know, times are hard at the moment, but let me see what we can do.
12.4. Phrasal verbs. 1. A break-in.
Someone broke into my flat last night.
Oh no. What was stolen? Did they get away with much?
The TV, my iPhone and my laptop. I don't know how I'm going to get by without my phone.
Oh, did anyone see or hear anything?
The alarm went off, but that didn't stop them.
Did you call the police?
Yes, they turned up about an hour later, but there was nothing really they could do.
2. At work.
How's your job these days?
To be honest, it's getting me down. I'm overworked. James left a few weeks ago, and I've ended up doing his job as well as mine.
Don't you need more people?
We took on more staff last month, but they're new. We'll just have to see how they get on.
3. A new home.
Are you settling into your new flat?
Yes, you must pop in for a coffee and a chat soon.
I'd love to. Is there a lot to do to it?
Oh, yes. We're doing it up room by room, so it's a bit of a mess. I'm looking forward to when it's all finished.
Be patient. You'll get there.
12.5. Talking in clichés. 1.
I was promoted after just 1 week in the job.
I can't believe that. I wasn't born yesterday.
2.
You've brought a Mac, an umbrella and boots. Clearly you don't trust the weather forecast.
You know me. Better safe than sorry.
3.
He has good ideas, but sometimes he just gets carried away.
Good job he's got you to help him keep both feet on the ground.
4.
I'm exhausted. We haven't stopped since this morning.
Yeah, let's call it a day and go to bed.
5.
Hi, everyone. I brought some cakes for the meeting to keep us going.
Me too. I just bought these cupcakes in the cafe. Great minds think alike.
6.
I only got a C in my Maths A-level exam, and I wanted an A.
Look, it's not the end of the world. You'll still get into university.
7.
I bet your dad was mad when you got home so late.
I'll say he was. He went through the roof.
8.
I like my boss. He gives credit for good work.
Yes, a boss like that always makes you want to go that extra mile.
9.
I hear you met Jenny's latest wonderful boyfriend. What's he like?
He's okay, but nothing to write home about.
10.
Well, my head's swimming. I didn't understand a word of that lecture.
You can say that again. It was as clear as mud.
12.6. Meeting in the village.
Good morning, Mrs. Finch.
Good morning, Doctor.
I hear that Mr. Finch had a fall. Can you tell me how he is?
Oh, he's a lot better, Doctor.
Oh, good. But I can't remember exactly how it happened. Can you remind me?
Oh, Doctor, he fell off a ladder when he was repairing his shed. I told him not to do it because he's not getting any younger, but he never listens to me.
I'm not sure exactly how old he is.
He's in his late 80s, Doctor. 87.
Good heavens. Perhaps I can help. Do you want me to pop in and have a word with him? Perhaps I can persuade him to do less.
That would be great, Doctor. I'd be very grateful.
I know where you live. I'll see you this evening.